have the pleasure of interviewing John Albers, founder of Vista Gardens. We're about to learn his gardening story. I have a suspicion we will all be transformed by the beauty and knowledge we gather from him today. So John, let's get into this.
Okay.
Growing up, you had a large vegetable garden. What was your favorite thing to grow, plant, and harvest as a child?
My father had a large vegetable garden. Something really special about watching plants grow, mature, and ripen, and picking them and then seeing them end up on our family's meal. The perennial vegetable asparagus is my favorite because nothing beats steamed, fresh-cut asparagus.
No, it doesn't.
My identical twin and I, when we were only 8 to 10 years old, used to go door to door and sell our freshly cut asparagus to all our neighbors to save money for college. Everyone, all our neighbors loved our freshly cut asparagus.
Wow, what a new spin on a mobile lemonade stand, but with asparagus.
Yes, that's correct.
Moving on, what influenced you to start this beautiful botanical garden that we're in today?
Well, I was driven by my love of plants and landscaping and my desire to share my passion with the public. I saw an opportunity for horticulture research and plant conservation. It's not every day that someone creates a botanical garden, but for me, it was to create a living classroom where people can connect with nature and learn.
Yeah. So John, you're a scientist and you approach gardening with a focus of experimentation and documentation. Do you think having that background makes the experience more enriching for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being a scientist certainly has driven my approach to gardening. My goal was to use Vista Gardens as a living classroom to evaluate and select exceptional plants for Northwest Gardens and implement sustainable landscaping best practices. This activity gives me insight into what works best for our region's unique climate and soil conditions and makes gardening a never-ending discovery.
Conifers are one of your many passions, and you have over 450 of them. Can you tell me about one that is your favorite?
I certainly can. My favorite conifer is Cedar of Lebanon Green Prince. I purchased this conifer way back in 1985, nearly 40 years ago, and we planted it in Vista Gardens around 1990.
Wow.
Drought tolerant, pest and disease resistant, long lived. In fact, Cedar of Lebanon can live 300 years or more. Of course, being drought tolerant, it requires no supplemental water except what nature provides. It's a beautiful dwarf conifer that stands out in the environment and demonstrating its structure and elegance year-round.
You have written 3 great gardening books, 2 of which are about sustainable gardening. That's a quite accomplishment, right, in itself. So, do you have any thoughts for another book?
I certainly do. My 4th book is about how we can adapt to the changing climate and select the right plants. This is increasingly important as we face changing climate conditions. We need to select plants that are resilient, drought and heat tolerant, adaptable, improve the urban ecosystem, and are aesthetically pleasing. We need to adapt our plant choices to fulfill one of my core sustainable gardening rules: the right plant in the right place.
Thank you, John, for being part of Planted and sharing your magnificent garden story with us today. Why you garden is an inspiration to all of us. We hope you can come out and immerse yourself in the beauty of this unique garden. And if you can't make it here, garden vicariously with one of John's books, available at vistagardens.org.